What is going on, guys? PoisonGamingYT here, and welcome to my first texture pack review. Got some friends in the world, and we're gonna start. This is the city texture pack. It was just released Friday, March 7th. Yeah, it was March 7th, and yeah, we're gonna get to it. So these are some of the blocks that I enjoy. Cool. These are some of the blocks I enjoy. Here's gravel, really nice kind of stone, rocky texture to it. Here is ice. It's got like it's kind of clear, bit more see-through, better for modern builds. What are you doing over there, Marcus? And here is cobblestone. Looks really nice. Reminds me of the natural texture pack. Lapis lazuli block. This one looks pretty cool. It's maybe good for tricking people to think there's like maybe water under something. I don't know. Looks pretty nice. Mossy cobblestone. And now this is gonna look really nice on jungle temples, and I can see it already. Pumpkins, they have much better texture to them. Let me just put one on my head for the lows. Yeah. Now we got a pumpkin on our heads and spawning some gas over there. So let's take this off our head and put our awesome sunglasses on, which is actually a leather cap. Pretty funny. And here's a melon. It's got green texture to it, and this is probably one of my favorite blocks. It is TNT. It's got that timer on it, the bomb, counting down 1, 2, 3, or I don't even know. Here is stone brick. Looks pretty cool. Has a nice texture to it, nice thin texture to it. And this is also called one of those HD texture packs, which pretty much means how the pixels are very they're smaller than in normal neutral, or not neutral, than default texture pack. They're a bit smaller. In the default, they're like pretty big, big little chunks of big little pixels. But this is the sponge, by the way. It's kind of got that goofy. Ew! Stop it! No. It's got that kind of a goofy texture to it. This is, as you saw Marcus before, this is the note block. Glowstone. It looks pretty nice, which actually looks a lot different from other textures. I guess in other texture packs, looks a lot better. This is obsidian. It's got maybe a darker look to it, a meaner purple look. This is stone. You gotta stop spawning gas, bro. Here's your wooden door, and this is your iron door. I don't know, that's a weird glitch, but the iron door still opens and closes like the sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's a weird sound. Here's a cauldron with water in it. It looks really nice. I love the water texture, by the way. It's probably one of my favorite textures. This is actually bedrock, which it looks fantastic. It has nice design to it, maybe a nice flooring, but too bad you can't mine bedrock in survival. Here is redstone lamp. As you can see, the redstone torch right there has beautiful texture to that. Here's some bookshelves. Got some torches, and the torch is alright. And then here's the end portal and the nether portal with some item frames on it. And yeah, so that's the nether. I'll show you that in a minute. Over here, you got a pig in a saddle, and you know what? Let me just go to bed real quick, because it is getting pretty dark out. There's the bed right here, and sleep. Yes, go to bed. Oh, we gotta have Marcus sleep too. Come on, Marcus. Andale. Rapido. Oh, Marcus. There we go. He's cuddling right next to me. He likes to cuddle, as you guys can see. I don't know if I showed you guys this already, but here is the sticky piston and the regular piston. Kind of hard to tell the difference. Yep, he's showing off the iron bars right there. They're pretty nice. So another glowstone. And here is the boat. The boats actually look pretty fancy in this texture pack. I like them. Well, they're alright. Not my favorite. Not my favorite part about the texture pack, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Here are some of the ores. This is coal. This is actually lapis, diamond, redstone, iron, and gold. Gold is probably my favorite. I don't know, it looks the best. Here you got your little texture to them. And here are all the paintings. Now here is Steve. Up here is, I don't know, weird kind of shapes and stuff. Here are the curtains. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you in the shower, Mr. Marcus. This is, I guess, another TV with a Steve with a mouth and a beard. Here's a big flat screen TV that looks nice. I guess a vent. You want to have a vent in your house. This is like a creeper in the desert or something like that. And this is a cool one. I remember seeing this one on a PC texture pack. I like it a lot. And this is like a wine, I guess, cabinet and stuff. Fireplace or maybe cookery thingy majigger. Another curtain, bookshelf, microwave. Looks like an oven. Sheep underwater. I don't know. That's pretty weird. And I don't know why I have that one twice. That's a little weird. What are you doing, Mr. Marcus? And I think he broke some of my paintings. Did you break some? Let me just check this out. Painting. Painting. Where are the paintings? Nope, have that. Aha! That one was missing. Must have broke it. Oops, there we go. So this one is kind of like a forest section. I guess you got the nether, the sand biome, another one with kind of sugarcane, and this swamp. That looks pretty cool. And then you got these smaller paintings. You got a small TV, you know, an actual painting with some chickens. Looks like a computer screen, safe, maybe a mirror, clock, another clock. And yeah, that's pretty much the paintings. I might have missed a few. Comment down below. And what is this? What is he doing over here? Anyway, here's a pig with a saddle, just to show you guys what that looks like. Yeehaw! And yeah, now here are some of the blocks I don't like. So right here, it has a nice texture to it, but this is actually black wool. Yes, you heard me, it was black wool. It's ugly as black wool. It would look better if it was stone brick. I'd prefer this as stone brick. Just imagine that in a, what's it called? Stronghold. That would look pretty nice. Here is gray wool. It's ugly. I'll just throw it out there now. It's pretty ugly. Has some weird color to it. Here is jungle wood. Oh, I want to puke. It looks like deer poop. That's all I gotta say. Here's yellow wool. I mean, it's fine. I guess the texture's fine. It's just the color. It's a little too light. I want a little darker. Yellow wood bricks. They're alright. Not really a big fan of them. And this is pretty ugly, which is clay. I used to use clay in a lot of my houses and stuff, and nah, kind of just ruined it. And I just want to point out something. This is white wool, and this is light gray wool. Hardly a difference. I mean, they're too close together. You need gas. You need a little bit darker with this light gray. Because the gray one is not even like wool. It's like different kinds of colors. I mean, wool should be one color. And I just noticed this. There's a desert well, which is pretty cool. They're kind of rare. And yeah, I think I showed you everything pretty much. I'm gonna show you the animals now. Let me get some animals out. Spawn pig, spawn sheep, spawn cow, chicken, squid, wolf, mushroom, ocelot, and a villager. Alright, so let's spawn the pig first. It's kind of like a muddy pig, I guess. Here is the sheep. It's kind of like the same, I guess, in the fantasy or natural. I can't even remember which one it was. Here's a cow. Kind of got a just boring old black. Chicken looks just like a duck. Ever seen a duck? That's just, you know, it's a duck. This is a squid, I believe. Yep, that's a squid. I'll just show you on land. It's like an octopus, really. Like, they're red. It's pretty awesome. Ocelot. They're alright. I've got to tame one. We're going to check it out. Let's get some fish. If I can find some. Raw fish. It looks pretty cool in this texture pack. Until you hold it in your hand. Alright, where is this ocelot? Come back here, little rascal. Ooh, mushroom biome. Where are you, buddy? Come here. Here we go. We're going to get it, guys. Yes, we got it. And the hearts are like pink. Alright, that's a pretty cool as a ocelot. I like it. And here's a villager. These villagers look pretty funny. Oh, and silverfish, yes. I was gonna get to that later, but you know, there's a silverfish, and what is he doing over there? Gassed in a cage. But these villagers look pretty funny. They got the little hand sticking out. They got a little lab jacket on. Pretty fancy, if you ask me. And now I'm just gonna find a quick underground cave so I can show you the mobs, because this is probably the most important part about this texture pack. So, can I find a cave anytime soon? What's this? No, that's not gonna work. There we go. Perfect. Found a nice little cave right here. Let's light it up with some of my favorite blocks. Glowstone. I'm gonna show you the mobs. Alright, let's see what we got here. Spawn creeper, skeleton, spider, zombie, slime, gas. You saw the gas already, so we'll take that out. Zombie pigman, Enderman, cave spider, silverfish. So let's go with the creeper first. Most of these mobs have suits on, and it is hilarious. So that's the creeper. Let me show you one more time. That's the creeper, and then you get a sneak peek of the skeleton. This guy has a nice suit, just almost as fancy as me. Here's a skeleton. Very textured. Like, look at the detail on it. Lots of detail. So I don't want you here anymore now. Zombie also got a suit on. The suit is almost as good as mine once again, and I'm wearing these fancy sunglasses. Here is the zombie pigman. Oh, what was that? That was weird. This is zombie pigman textured once again. Like, the texture is pretty cool. Enderman also has a suit on. Kind of reminds me of Slenderman, and once again his suit is almost as good as mine. Cave spider. Oh, is this a cave spider? Yes, this is a cave spider. Look at that. I love the purple in it. What did I drop? Is this a normal spider? No, it's a silverfish. It's kind of like a little, I don't know, cockroach, I guess. Pretty cool. And now, what else do we have? We have Blaze, Magma Cube, and that is it. So the Blaze, I believe, have just like, the same texture. The heads are kind of different, but it's pretty much the same thing. And the Magma Cubes are pretty cool. Now we're going to go into the Nether and the End and check those out. So, if I can find my little spawn point again. Yep, there it is. So, does he still have his gas? Nope, it's gone. And we're going to go into the Nether first. Here we go. Take off my sunglasses, because why not? Bam. Almost, yeah, bam. Alright, we're here in the Nether, and it looks pretty cool. The weird thing is kind of the glowstone. Looks a bit strange in this. This is soul sand. The soul sand looks pretty cool. Gives, lighter texture to the Nether. Let me just show you the lava texture. Here it is. The lava looks pretty dang awesome. Look at that. I love the way it rushes down. Show you some flat lava. Ooh, this is weird. Oh, alright, here's some just flat, still lava. Awesome. And here's the Nether fortress. Got your Nether brick, pretty much the same. The Nether rack is really what catches my eye. I love how it's all cracked. How it looks pretty cool. It's better than the regular default Nether rack. Alright, now we're gonna go into the End. And let me find my Nether portal. There it is. Here is my Nether portal. Gotta hop in. I love the waviness to it. It's better than the little spirals in the normal default texture pack. And now the End. So let's see, we're gonna hop down right into the End right here. Bam. In the End. I had a little trouble finding my way through this, but here is the End, and bam, look at this. You got some pretty nice texture to the stone, obsidian. These are always going to be the same, I bet. They're never really going to change it. Maybe the bedrock will change. And here's the Ender Dragon, and he kind of looks like the skeletal Ender Dragon. It looks pretty cool. And this is like another little thing. Let me see if I can get him down here. Those are pretty cool. These little ender balls. See if I can drag him down to here. Punch him a few times. Ew, come here. Here he comes, I think. Maybe, come on. Well, he looks like a skeletal kind of ender dragon, and there you go. Marcus is spawning some gas again. Where'd he go? I lost him. There he goes. So he looks kind of like a giant skeleton, I guess. So that's pretty much it for the End. Nothing really special, except for all the Endermen are in suits. It'd be pretty cool if the Ender Dragon was in a suit, but nope. I guess no one can be as fancy as me. My suit never rips, or never gets a stain on it. Let's throw some more music on. Why not? Get out of here. So there's the squid once again. So I guess that's pretty much it for this texture pack review. Here's the wheat. I don't know if I said that already or not. Here's leaves and stuff and oak logs. So if you do like this texture pack, I recommend getting it because it's only $1. It's not that bad. And it just looks incredible, perfect for maybe survival with friends, or even if you're a YouTuber, survival with some, friends and record. The sun looks amazing. I don't know if you can see the moon yet. Here it goes. Moon's starting to pop up, but it does look amazing. And I think just one suggestion for J Studios, if you ever watch this, which I doubt you will. But anyway, one suggestion, clouds. I don't know if you can do this, but changing texture in clouds, maybe make them a little bit more puffier or something like that would be really nice. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Poison Gaming YT, and hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video, comment down below if you want a shout out, and I'll be sure to give you one. I'm sorry if I yelled at you and you're crying right now, but you know, thank you guys for watching. This has been Poison Gaming YT, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.